Laurie McCauley from Optimum Pet Vitality, and in this session, I want to talk to you about the underwater treadmill. I don't know if you know this, but I actually designed the first underwater treadmill, so I've been using it since the late 1990s. I have spent so much time in the pool with the dogs in the beginning, and then I've been teaching it for a long time. So I want to tell you what I've learned. If you have a pet and you're like, oh, he used to go for 3-mile walks or 10-mile walks, and now after a half a mile or a mile, he's kind of stiff or sore. What's happening is he's having issues in his joints, and then because he's not active, his muscles get smaller and weaker. We call it atrophy. And then because we have the atrophy, we have weakness, we have instability in the joints, and it's a cycle that goes down. But we have the ability to get that cycle and make them go back. So you say, Laurie, how do I do this? Well, one of the big things we can do is get them in the water. In the water, they have less or no weight on their joints. So if you're swimming, they're working their muscles without any compression on their joints. If they're in an underwater treadmill, they're continuing to strengthen their bones, but you're taking the pressure off their joints. So you can strengthen the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles all around the joint to help stabilize it without putting that compression in there. So there's buoyancy, which is what we just talked about. There's resistance. So water can actually be up to 60 times more resistant than air. So it is a great exercise. Think about if you go to the ocean or a lake and you're walking in the water, especially if it's like up to your thighs, there's a lot of resistance. So you can get a lot of strengthening, again, without that compression, that hard compression of the joints. There's also a balance component. So if you're in the water and you lean, your water is either going to push you back or it's going to make you fall over. But most of the times you just lean a little bit, the water is helping you. So with the dogs that maybe don't have great balance or proprioception or knowing where their body is in space, getting them in the water, either walking in the water, an underwater treadmill, or swimming, helps their body, their muscles, their nerves figure out where they are so that they're more stable when they're on land. All right, so we talked about buoyancy, we talked about balance and proprioception. The other thing I want to talk to you about is hydrostatic pressure. If there's swelling inside the joints, the actual pressure of the water, if you've ever dove, not everybody goes diving, but if you do dive, it's beautiful down there, what you learn about is that there's pressure with the water. So with your pets, if there's swelling in their legs, that increased pressure actually increases blood flow so that we can decrease the swelling. It's not like you're going down 30 or 60 feet like if you're a diver, but even if they're tall, now maybe not so much pressure if they're little guys, but the longer they are, the more pressure is on their body, the better the circulation is. All right, I'm Dr. Laurie McCauley from Optimum Pet Vitality. I hope you had fun, I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in another video.